What would you think of an auto thrall / auto death charge?
So what? It just respawns the thrall.
Yeah, it just does it as soon as it's gone. Just it resummons it without you having to do anything. So it could be annoying, but there's like certain situations, especially death charge. Death charge is one of the most annoying things to upkeep because it's so good, especially like in certain pieces of content. But it's just like this constant thing where like you can't even resummon it. You have to wait until the last minute or the full minute's expired. And click it again, and like every tick that you're not resummoning it, you're wasting it. Like at least it doesn't need to be thrall. I just feel like death charge, if there was some sort of auto cast with that, would be so nice.
That is definitely interesting. So you basically always have it up if you can.
Yes, it just keeps auto casting it. Like as soon as it's expired, it just does it again instantly.
I mean, if you're gonna just click it anyway yourself, I don't really see a problem with it.
Yeah, it's mainly death charge. Like thralls could be nice. It would be a little bit
Clean
weird,
up your screen because some people use like hey, you haven't had a thrall up.
Yeah.
Gotta, like,
No,
I
do
don't
that.
like flashing stuff at me. So.
I do that with death charge. I have to put it up because it's so good. Like if I'm at Sarachnis or if I'm at Fasani's Diamond, like Fasani's Diamond is a great example where you really just want to be auto, like always casting death charge because you don't know when a parasite's coming, you don't know when the husks are coming. You want to keep regaining that Void Waker spec if you have a Void Waker, whatever you're using. Sarachnis is another great example. You kill Sarachnis in under a minute easily. It's like fucking 30-second kills. And you want to just keep re-summoning that death charge. It's just this nuisance, though. Like, you know how good it is to keep summoning it because you get more specs. But the nuisance of it is just...
Would you just right-click the spell and just hit, like, auto resummon?
Yeah.
And, like, it would just do that?
Oh, my God. I would love that. Yeah, auto. Oh, that would be so good.
Definitely a huge quality of life thing.
That'd be so
I wouldn't be
nice.
opposed to it. Because it's not like it's like, oh, this is now better. It's just quality of life.
Yeah, that would be so goddamn nice. It could be the same thing with a thrall as well. Just auto.
Yeah. And then, like, if you wanted to resummon yourself anyway, like you can or whatever, you just go in there and do it.
Ooh, I'd love that shit.
That's a great idea. I
you.
can't
Thank
think
you,
of
thank
one
you.
thing that's like, no, it's not a good idea.
And then,
No,
just fucking send it to Shadow Veil too. Why not? The thieving
yeah,
spell.
well, so that's actually a good point. Like, it could really go to a lot of spells.
Yeah, that would be nice, man. That would be nice. I'm sorry. There might be a few people thinking like, oh, that is your fucking easy escape. I'm sorry, but like just constantly having to work. It feels like RS3 or like WoW. I never even played those games, but these constant like things that are loading back up, refreshing. You have to click them again, like click them again, click them again. It's like, God damn it, just fucking be perma.
Not really that against like where like, oh, you have to click them again or whatever, but like we use all these add-ons and plugins from RuneLight that like do countdowns to tell us like, oh, it's back up and everything, and like you just wouldn't need all that stuff anymore. Like it would just clean up like the whole UI a little bit.
Oh, okay.
People already with the thralls are always a problem for everybody anyway.
This is something about the leagues thing, where you're saying like, maybe certain leagues things. Did you ever experience the fucking like little minion guy that follows you?
Yeah.
Wait, what's it called?
Yeah. It's a guardian. So
Guardian.
I chose the undying one where like if I die, like I explode.
Because you're newbie and you die a lot, so you need it. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I used the berserker relic, so I had to sit at like super low HP the whole time. But like if I made a mistake, So it was really fun, and it made it that wasn't frustrating. But the guardian one was really cool.
What would you think if there was a not as powerful as a guardian, but some like we have thralls already, and that's like that would be okay. And again, I'm not advocating for it. It's just me spitballing. I have to keep regurgitating that, but like spitballing. Think of this: there is currently the thralls that we have, which by the way, okay, actually, I need to say one thing. I need to ask your opinion on this. Do you think because they're making it so all successful attacks guarantee a 1, do you think thralls should be the same, where it doesn't hit zeros anymore?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it needs to.
Because it only rolls a 0 because it rolls 0 through, Like
I know. It's already 100% accurate.
And again, there you go. It's making it more like streamlined. Like, now it's consistent because now it's consistent with how the game works right now. Well, we're changing how the game works. Okay, so we should change how they work too.
I fucking hope they do that. One of the most annoying things is like it's a monster's 1 HP. Your thrall goes to hit it like, yes, 0. Like you fucking bitch. Anyway, so my thing is, what if there was a very hyper expensive Thrall that's a very lesser form of a Guardian, but it does have some just additional perks. Like maybe it has some sort of AoE potential, but this thing costs a lot. So it's like, what does the current Thrall cost? Like 5 blood runes. So this thing would cost like 25 blood runes and like, 5 cosmics and maybe additional prayer, maybe like 20 prayer or something, still summoned out for the most,
You know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of almost as if like when people use alts and stuff. The only reason I'm bringing that up is like, let's just say for like Slayer, right? Like how people use like, okay, you got to dark all these dust devils and bring them to the corner and you barrage them and everything. Like, I just think we need new ways of making it that you do stuff like that you like pile them up and all that, like some aggression like way of getting aggro, like potions or maybe a guardian that helps you tag ones or something. I don't know, just I think that would be nice because it's kind of annoying, like, all right, tag, run to the corner.
Well, if the fucking if the Venator bow, I'm moving beyond the guardian thing, that's just spitballing. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it, I'm just saying stuff, but what if the Venator bow needs to be 3-tick. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
It's a 4-tick
weapon.
Would that
make it that much better? Like how? Yes. Like isn't it like cracked right now? Like,
it's not cracked right now. People use it in very, 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 very niche scenarios, and the Venator bow's only good in these very niche scenarios where there are monsters to tag. And as soon as there's not that opportunity, the thing isn't as good anymore. So the Venator bow being 3-tick would make it way more powerful, but it still has that niche where you're not just maining it. You still need to... I think part of it is like seeing situations where it could really excel at, and it just barely excels, like Inferno. Just like very, very niche situations where like, yeah, like you could use it and it might be good. But if you made it 3-tick, it would definitely be good. And so if you become an expert at using it, you're really getting a nice advantage.
I do like the idea of like you've mastered this weapon. It's not like I could just equip it and be like, wow, this is sick. Like you'd have to actually learn. The problem is with a weapon like that though, is like this whole like, oh, you got to line it up with the southwest tile, or I don't even know what tile it
that's the that's the mastering of it. Like,
yeah, but like I think that kind of stuff is annoying. Like I don't like that you have to like look at your compass and see where you're at with their tile.
Yeah, that could be like, that could be changed as well. It could really just go off of the perimeter of the monsters instead of the southwest tile.
It really should.
And the worst part is that like once you go beyond like the 4x4s, it's not even the southwest tile. It's like the fucking like second northeast.
That's what I was
tile.
saying. Like I don't even know what tile it is.
It goes it goes weirdo mode really quick. It's the same thing with the scythe. They need to fix how the scythe works. Like I really hate it how you'll swing a scythe at Thermi. There's a one smoke devil underneath, just fucking swings it at that. Like stop. If the main monster I'm attacking can accept all 3 hit spots, just make it hit all 3 hit spots. Stop sharing it.
Okay, so that's a good way that you like define that. Like that it has to be a 3x3 that can take all hits, because that would be a problem for like Nilo like waves and stuff. If you like attack one and it only hits one, like
I just wanted
heavily nerf that.
If the target you're hitting is a 3x3 or larger, like in very, very niche situations, are you ever wanting it to hit the other thing? You want all the damage.
Be using a shadow at Thermi, not that scythe. I mean, I actually don't know which one's better, but I'm pretty sure the shadow is better.
Yeah, I think it's just fun mailing it right there. But yeah, you're right. I think shadow is really good. But yeah, so I can't remember what the previous thing I was saying. I wanted to touch on that a little bit more.
Venator bow.
Oh yeah, Venator bow. Venator bow should be 3-tick. And like you were saying with gathering mobs, the Venator bow kind of has that little bit of a niche where like, you shoot it and it gathers things, but not really. It kind of just hits the same fuckers over and over. So if it was 3-tick, it'd be a little bit better to gather things.
Also, we need to make Abbey Demon like aggro range bigger. That like if you try to like barrage in the catacombs.
Oh my god, dude, the aggro ranges in general need to be fixed. Like, have you been to the Hellhound room? Have you killed any Hellhounds, bro? Those things got like a 5x5 aggro range. It's so small. It's dinky, dude. Like literally, you go to the catacombs, like that little portion of that fucking cave is tiny already. That little Hellhound section. And bro, you can only aggro like 3 at a time, and then like you literally attack a dog, move one tile, it just forgets about you, just like moves back to its corner. Like
I didn't realize they're so like.
dude,
I didn't realize the hellhounds were like that.
And they have.
So I never like tried to stack them or move them or anything.
They have such a long respawn time too. It's like a full ass minute. Like
I actually had to in leagues hop worlds because with the Berserker relic, your first hit is your max hit. I used to. And I used like your lower HP. So I would have a BGS and my first whack was like 100. It would like one shot them. I just killed the whole room, hop, repeat, literally.
They have a very slow respawn timer and they...
Wouldn't it be cool that like, so does a Venator bow hit 3 targets or 4?
3. And it has a high chance of just bouncing back to the first one you hit. So even if you had 3 monsters, sometimes it bounces back to the other one.
Like it would be such a cool like aggro weapon that like let's just say that Abbey Demon room, like you kill your whole stack, you look in one room, you shoot once, you look in the other room, you shoot once, and then you just stack and boom, you're done. Like it just stuff like that would be cool. Or like what about aggressive potions? Like would you be into that? Like aggro potions?
Yeah, totally. I even like with the skill, I'm not advocating for this, but at a time when people were kind of talking about Bard, the skill, like there was this like war drum that you could make, and that war drum would just instantly aggro things.
Ooh.
Again.
That's pretty cool.
Again, I'm not saying Bard needs to come into the game, but that was something. Yeah, I'm always down for. I'm also even for peaceful potions.
Peaceful.
So like you crossing White Wolf Mountain or something, like you just don't want to be. I mean, nobody fucking does that, but like just any place where you would be aggroed, you just click this and you're not aggroed.
Any use?
Yeah, there's a lot of. One example, let me think.
Just off the top of the head. What about like God Wars? You don't have the God.
God Wars. God Wars is a perfect.
You go down there and you should be.
God Wars is a perfect example. Yeah. Just click the peaceful potion. You are now, everything's passive to you for the next, minute or 2.
Could you go into boss rooms and like they won't attack you?
There would probably have to be some exceptions, just like there's exceptions to like Venom and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, for most mobs, you could use it and you wouldn't be attacked. But I think for like raids and other like super high level things that are just built to just have certain
going
mechanics.
Like Nilo and the aggros just like don't attack you. Know.
No, I mean, yeah, that could be an option. But I don't know. That again, that's like kind of.
Just push ideas that get rid of alts. Like the aggro potions, I think gets rid of like people using multiple accounts to like.
Well, what is your thoughts on adrenaline potions in the main game?
So is that like for like how the TOA ones work with specs?
Yeah. Or even a spec potion that you drink it and you just restore spec. It's an expensive potion or something, but.
Nah, can't do it.
Okay, but
can't do it.
No, that's fine.
Would you like that?
Well, I think there's probably some sort of potion we could make in the future that could do that, because if you just had like a 1-dose potion or something, that's like an adrenaline.
It just instantly gives you back a certain amount of spec.
Yeah, it would just be like
increases how fast you get it.
It would be like maybe like a 4-dose potion that you can bring to boss encounters. That you drink it, you heal 25% spec. Drinking it, so the whole potion would be 100% spec potentially.
Oh, so you gain back spec, not that your specs cost.
Yeah. So you just gain it back. I mean, it could be the opposite. It could be that way too. I just think gaining specs is a little bit more appropriate for main game usage. Just like restoring your special attack through drinking an expensive potion.
Well, the problem I see with it restoring spec is that you basically could just constantly be specking with no stopping.
Yeah, no, that really is. So imagine though. And I'm not saying this is good. I'm just spitballing. But like, this could be hella game breaking. Totally. Like, I'm not claiming it isn't. But like, you bring, let's just say you go to like a fight like Fasani's Nightmare. Like, I guess I'm just bringing that in my head. Oh, actually, an even better example is not a better example. And another example. There's so many examples actually now that I'm thinking about it. Like, obviously you would bring this everywhere. But if this spec potion, let's just say, costs like 120k or something per potion, and the potion itself only restores 100, and you can only drink 1 sip every 3 ticks like a normal potion is, so technically you couldn't just repeatedly spec over and over and over because you'd have to spend the time drinking it. But you could, ultimately get a
What,
lot
you
more
lose
specs.
ticks by drinking it? Like,
No.
almost like a
It's just a
food?
potion where like you can't drink 2 doses of brew and like 1 tick and 2 ticks. You have to
Are you
wait.
saying because like we already have like if you're gonna say for corp with hammering, like we already have a way of you just get your spec
It's
instantly back.
it's not to say that. It's just like this would add another dynamic to PVM where if you're if you're a rich motherfucker and you can afford this and you don't need the food and you don't need the space for other shit, you bring a bunch of these spec potions and you just annihilate the boss, really quickly and stuff.
I just see a lot of holes in that. Like if you're a main account that just has unlimited money, you literally only like just claw.
Yeah,
like,
go for it. If you want to spend fucking 120K per potion, like, okay, there's 2 extra claws for you. Like another 120K, two extra claws. Like, again, like there is this would clearly break a lot of records. This would be, but like imagine like you go into CMs. Like, where's your fucking space for these spec pots? Like, where's your space for these special potions that you want to bring? In a lot of cases, you couldn't bring it. Like, you just couldn't.
I guess like when you do a raid or something, you can't access the bank to get more.
But there would be, and again, this is assuming the potions are high level potions that are very expensive, and you wouldn't use them everywhere. But in the cases you would want to get a new world record or something, or to really speed up your strats and stuff, and you're just a rich motherfucker that wants to spend money, bruh, like these would be fun as hell to use.
The only way I see it that it would be fair would have to have limits on it. And what I'm thinking is like, let's just say you kill Nex, right? And like at the end of the kill, you use your Void Waker spec or whatever.
Yeah.
Now you're at 0 spec, and now you go to the bank, you heal back up and everything, but you're going into the next fight with no spec because you just spec'd. I think like while you were at the bank, if you were to restore your spec there somehow by a potion, I think that's fine. But actually being at the boss and just spec.
Bruh. But you're already discounting like that's just how expensive this would be. Like
I guess, but like
going
I don't
to
think cost.
I don't know. Like okay, again, assuming these potions are like 100K or more, like you're bringing one of these. Let's just say you're gonna ZCB the fuck out of Nex. I mean, only like one potion's only 100% spec total. So how many spec pots are you bringing in? 5, 6?
So if the question is it worth it? No, but it's a question that like you can never speed run any content ever again because whoever just brought the most spec pots.
Exactly. That's amazing. That sounds fucking awesome. Do you really want to get a world record? You really want to get a world record, Timmy?
Yeah.
Fucking bring these, bitch. You fucking send them. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, because already a lot of records are just relying on you hitting like fucking 5 rubies at the beginning. Like if you don't, it's like, okay, you're doomed.
That's a good point as well. Like apparently Vardorvis, like you have to like start off with a ruby or something to try to like work it up.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Meanwhile, like I'm pretty sure it has high range defense. But does ruby you have to hit? No, how does that work? Is it 5% just automatic, or you have to hit and then 5%?
With the ZCB.
Yeah,
ZCB is a guaranteed spec if you successfully hit a guaranteed ruby.
No, just rubies in general. Like if you were
20.
to act,
it's like a 5% shot.
Yeah, but do you have to hit and then it's 5%, or just always 5%?
Ooh, no, I think it has to have been a successful roll and then it rolls the 5%, I believe. Maybe. So if it's a miss, it's just not rolling anything. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Then it would just be always 1 in 20.
Yeah, it could. It can't be that. It's got to be.
It is after the little percentage from the
fuck. Now I'm actually. Well, it can't be because the ZCB is a guaranteed special proc. So if the ruby is a guaranteed thing, then that would never miss. So it does miss though. That means.
Oh, true.
It's a 5% of the chance.
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I'm really just trying to sell the spec pot to you right now.
Yeah, I know. Like I do sales, so like you're like I'm getting where you're coming from. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. The more I think,
I'm not buying.
Yeah,
I'm not buying.
The more I talk about it, I'm like actually kind of like. I mean, I could never use it because I could already see it being some fucking bullshit ingredients to make. Just some like.
Sounds like another thing that mains would use that I can't use, and I don't like that shit. Fuck that.